What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona dropped more points again this season. A 1-1 draw at the Estadio de Vallecas to Rayo Vallecano, and what was a difficult matchup from the get-go and a difficult match during the game. We salvaged a draw out of it, so we got a point, but it just was so unconvincing yet again. I think the performance did improve based on what we saw before the international break, but still not the level I expect for Barcelona to play. The line for this match was very interesting. It was Inaki Pena in goal, back four of Cancelo, Christensen, Inigo Martinez, Alejandro Balde, midfield three of Romelu, Frenkie de Jong, and Pedri, front three of Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Ferran Torres. That first half was absolutely shocking, especially our transition play. I think Romelu yet again has been effing awful for the past 2 months. Since I've not seen Romelu put in a good performance since September. Effing dreadful. I have reached the point where he's now on the same level as Alonso and Roberto, a player who just should not be playing unless we are in desperate need. I'd rather play Fermin at the pivot at this point, or Christensen in the pivot, or Inigo Martinez in the pivot. Hell, put Xavi in the pivot ahead of Romelu. Shocking in that first half. I felt like Barcelona were very slow trying to get into the game, going into it. I felt like, again, there's no chemistry. It feels like when Balde makes the pass, Rant cuts inside. When Frenkie de Jong wants to put Lewandowski through, he's putting it over the top. It's just, we looked so lackluster in that first half. I don't think it was, terrible. We did look poor. On the goal, it should have been ruled out, first of all, because the player's in offside position and he's impeding Inaki Pena's line of vision. But secondly, that goal that we conceded is all on Inaki Pena. He dives to make an attempted save, which wasn't on target, which is fair enough. He falls to the ground, proceeds to wait about 5 to 8 seconds on the ground, and then gets up, and he was too late for the shot. I don't think the goal should have stood because he was in the offside position. He was still impeding Inaki Pena's line of vision. But Inaki Pena, dreadful, should have gotten up way quicker. He was so slow in getting up, and that's why Vallecano scored. I think Inaki Pena also was very poor in this match as well. His build-up play was poor. His passing of play was poor as well. Not a good showing for him, especially after the Ter Stegen injury last second. I was even hyping up Inaki Pena, saying, you know what, I trust him. I think he'll do fairly to what we expect from him, but he didn't. He was under pressure a lot, and Vallecano knew that. They're taking shots from long range, and them go on target. They're probably going to be going in. I think Inaki Pena did, I wouldn't say he single-handedly cost us this match, but he's a big factor in that. Second half, we looked much better. You know why? Because that bald prick was taken off. Gundogan comes into the pivot. We look so much better. I think from around the 60th minute to like the 80th minute, we were playing good football. We were, creating chances. We were building up play from the back. Vallecano did not even have a sniff, not even a sniff of a goal, let alone even the touch of a ball in the final third. We got the goal back. It was well worked, of course, by Inigo Martinez. Beautiful ball over the top. That's why you need to have that left-footed center back at the left center back position. Ball over the top to Balde, puts it across in. It was actually Lejeune who got the toe poke on it, not Lewandowski header. Goes down to the own goal. We get the draw. But since we got that chance with Lewandowski, we couldn't create another chance to nick the win. We had a chance where Raphinha was put over the top, clear penalty, but of course, Niguera, we paid the referee not to give the decision, so it is what it is. And after that, we didn't create another chance. In terms of who to blame, what's going on, it's again for me down to the players. I don't know what Xavi can do much more. I think he picked a decent lineup. I'm shocked. I'm even shocked doing this video right now that Frenkie de Jong played the full 90 minutes coming off the back of being out injured for 2 months, even given man of the match by La Liga as well. He was absolutely fantastic, but playing him for the full 90 minutes, I had no idea. Apart from that, I think all decision making was correct. I would have liked to see maybe Araujo come in last few seconds just to chuck him up front and see what happens, but I guess Xavi didn't feel that was necessary, which is fair enough. I think a lot of people picked from the get-go, of course, post the Romelu and Inaki Pena stinkers was completely fine. It made good changes as well. I would have liked to have seen Lamine Yamal or Ferran Torres finish the game because I think Felix came in, didn't really do much. I don't even think he got even a touch of the ball in the final third. He was getting fouled a lot, picked up a yellow card as well, didn't really get involved. I would have liked to have seen Lamine Yamal stay on. I think he played very well, Lamine Yamal, especially in that 60 to 8th minute mark where we were dominating the game. Fermin Lopez came in, did absolutely nothing, and he was absolutely shocking as well. I think Romelu, Inaki Pena, and Fermin Lopez were the three worst players in this game for Barcelona. But again, from Xavi's point of view, couldn't really do much more. I think it comes down again to the players not performing at the level that we expect as Barcelona fans. You look at the individual performances, like I already mentioned, the fact that Vallecano could have one shot in this game and score, and we had about 5 clear-cut chances. You had the Pedri header, you had the Varane header, you had the Lewandowski header, you had the Raphinha off the post. That's 4 clear, and then of course Lewandowski rebound. 5 clear-cut chances. You even had the Lamine Yamal chance in the first half as well. I wouldn't say that was clear-cut, but that was a decent effort. That's 5 or 6 clear chances where I'm expecting Barcelona to at least score 2 of them. I think the Varane header should have been a goal. I think the Pedri header should have been a goal. Raphinha long shot off the post. You can say that's a bit unlucky. I think the Lewandowski rebound should have definitely gone in. We're creating chances, but we're just not finishing them. And coupled with the lack of finishing, we're also leaking goals at the back. Again, the free kick was definitely a free kick because Inigo Martinez kicked the guy right in the face, which is fair enough. The ball comes in, cleared away by Inigo. The player just has a weird shot. I think he was aiming for a cross, but a shot, and then Inaki Pena just doesn't get up in time. It's such an unlucky goal to give away. Penalty not given as well. That's another chance. I don't see where you can really blame Xavi for today. I think, again, it comes down to the players, and it comes down for them not performing the plan that Xavi has set out. I think Xavi was very proactive in this game. We'll let them see, of course, using that fifth and final substitution. Made some good rotation as well. Still put out a good lineup. I don't know, man. I think a lot of it today has to come down to the players. Now, in terms of player ratings and who played well, who didn't play well, I think Inaki Pena in goal gets probably a 3 or a 4. I don't think he was that great today. Cancelo. Dare I say it? I think he's my man of the match. I thought Cancelo today was absolutely superb. Going forward, defending, he didn't put a foot wrong. I think he had a few chances where I think a few of his passes weren't really that great. I think Cancelo today was brilliant. Probably give him, I think, a 7 or an 8. I think Christensen's on that same level. I thought Christensen was superb today, making runs in behind as well. He's absolutely pivotal in those aerial duels. I think Inigo Martinez, I probably would have given him a 7. I think in the first half, he had a bit of a slipping moments here and there, especially I think 5 minutes before the free kick and 5 minutes afterwards, the free kick where Vallecano scored. He was a bit shaky. I think the second half he was brilliant, especially that long ball for the Balde cross that ended up in the goal as well. I think he was brilliant. Balde, honestly, apart from the assist for the own goal, I thought Balde was poor. And again, you can see with Balde, it just looks like he lacks confidence. And it sucks because I understand he has no competition and he kind of needs to have some competitive edge to always, be on your toes. He knows that if he's piss poor week in, week out, he will end up starting, which again is fair enough for him to think because Alonso is, I think I would put a better shift at left back than Marcos Alonso. I honestly do. But I think again, Balde's just lacking confidence. Hopefully with that assist, he can build up a little bit. But I don't think he was that great today, especially in the passes of play. I think building up play with his teammates wasn't really there. I think he defended okay going forward. Wasn't really the best. I think probably a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Romeo can get a 1. I mean, he gave the ball away about 4 or 5 times in that first half. I think he had one good pass where I'm like, oh, good pass by Romeo. That was it. I think Romeo is a player that we should. I think if Gavi wasn't injured, I would terminate his contract tomorrow. And I'm not. You're probably thinking Barcelona. I'm not. This man has been one of the worst players I've seen in a Barcelona shirt in a very, very long time for a consecutive period. I'm telling you, this man has not put in a good performance since September. Next week is going to be December, and he has not performed well whatsoever. Shocking for me. Frankie de Jong, absolutely brilliant. I think he had a little bit of a spell in the first half where the whole team was just playing poorly, gave the ball away a few times, but my God, best midfielder in the world. Crack Frankie, man. What I would do to keep him fit for the entire season, absolutely unbelievable. I'd probably give him an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Pedri, I think he was okay. Probably give him a 6 or a 7 out of 10. I think he really grew into it in the second half as well, especially in that period where we dominated for that 20 to half an hour mark in the second half. I think in the first half, tried to create a lot. He was making good set passes at play, had some great control of the ball, but just really wasn't that decisive that I expect from a creative midfielder. Lamine Yamal, probably give him a 7. I thought he was good, especially in the last 10 minutes of that first half. He was probably our only flair player, only threat in the entire team. I think the first 20 minutes didn't look that great. Second half made some great runs in behind, was cutting inside. I think again with Lamine Yamal, my main criticism for him today is his decision making in the final third. I don't think it was that great, whether he should have passed or crossed, but getting there, the creativity from him, I thought he played very well. Ferran Torres, he was dead. Probably give him a 5 out of 10. Did not look well at all in this game. That's probably why Xavi took him off. At the hour mark, of course, scored the header that he had the chance with in the second half, but apart from that, I don't think he really did much. Even his, I think his corners weren't even that great, but one in a good area in the first half. Apart from that, they were dead. And Robert Lewandowski, I'd probably give Lewandowski like a 5, man. He was so indecisive in this game, to the point where I'm thinking that Victor Roque comes in January. I think he benches Lewandowski come mid-February if Lewandowski continues to play at the level he's playing at. There's so many moments in the game where he gets the ball and he should be turning and running at goal because he has one defender to beat and then he's 1v1 with the keeper. No, he'll pass it back to Pedri, try to pass it out wide. I think he's too heavily honed in on link-up play, where he's not relying on his own individual ability. He didn't, I think, apart from the goal that of course went down as an own goal and the header that he had, he didn't do anything else. Really didn't. There were a lot of moments I'm thinking, Lewandowski, just turn, make the run in behind. And even his decision making was shocking. Even the second half when he put that through ball in for Felix, who was offside, when Frankie de Jong was to his left, no players on him, wide open, and you have Joao Felix marked by 2 Vallecano defenders. Just the decision making in this game, not even just from Lewandowski, but from a lot of players, was just so frustrating to watch. In terms of the substitutions, I think Gundogan was absolutely influential, 7 out of 10. He came in and changed the game. Again, there are a few moments where he was a bit indecisive as well. Apart from that, I think he was absolutely brilliant. Joao Felix did nothing, probably give him a 5. Raphinha, he had the chance to hit the post. I think he looked lively. He was getting a lot of good balls over the top. I mean, he was making a lot of good runs in behind, but the balls over the top from Gundogan were just too heavy for him. I think if those passes were a bit more accurate, Raphinha could have definitely been more threatening in this game. Fermin Lopez was shocking, probably give him a 5 or a 4 as well. I think that's everyone. For Xavi today, I think I'll probably give him an average 6. I mean, he picked a good lineup, made some good substitutions, he had rotated some players, we created chances. It's just now, again, just the players again on the pitch not performing to the expectations. Look, it's not a loss, but it feels like a loss because we are so behind in La Liga. If Madrid, Atletico, and Girona all win their games, we're down to 4th place, and now we're not in a top 4 battle. I think 100% we'll get top 4. I'm not even worried about that. It's just now down to us retaining our La Liga title, which I think is looking very difficult now. I think if we drop points in either of the matches against Girona or Atletico Madrid, title is 100% over. I think a draw in this match gives us that little slimmer of chance, but we have to beat Girona and Atletico. We drop points in either of those games. For me, the La Liga title race is done. And now you're looking at what? The Super Cup, the Copa del Rey, and may God help us in the Champions League as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed this match review. If you did, make sure you drop a like. Of course, subscribe down below if you haven't already. And leave me your thoughts down in the comments below on what your thoughts are on the game, your player ratings, your thoughts on the performance as well. And of course, do not forget, subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care. And Forza Barca.